the best case from Ukraine's point of view is to settle this war immediately. Because as you point out, they're going to lose 20% if they agree to give up those four oblasts plus Crimea. About 22% of pre-2014 Ukraine will be lost. Is this a tragedy for Ukraine? Absolutely. There's no question about it. However, the question you always have to ask yourself as a good strategist is, what is the alternative? And the alternative is to continue fighting. And as you pointed out, if you continue fighting, you're likely to lose probably about half the country. You're likely to lose Odessa, and that would be catastrophic. You're likely to lose Kharkiv. You're likely to lose a handful more oblasts as well. So you will end up in that scenario as a dysfunctional rump state. It seems to me the least bad alternative, and I'm choosing words carefully here. It's not a good alternative. It's the least bad alternative, is to cut a deal now and minimize how much territory you lose, and also minimize the number of Ukrainians who are going to die if you continue to fight on. The other thing is, if you continue to fight on and you continue to insist that you're going to be in NATO, and you continue to insist that you need security guarantees from the West, and the West flirts with you about security guarantees, you just give the Russians greater incentives to take more territory and to make you a truly dysfunctional rump state. What the Ukrainians should want to do, and I understand this is hard to swallow, is to survive as a rump state, but not as a dysfunctional rump state, and try to come up with some sort of modus vivendi with the Russians so that the Russians don't feel threatened, so that they're not bent on wrecking your country. This is the best alternative for the Ukrainians at this point of time. But getting that point through to Zelensky and company, and to the Europeans especially, but also to huge chunks of the American national security establishment, is almost impossible to do.
It really is, sir. It's mystifying, because it's like they live in an alternative reality where the status quo is somehow good for Ukraine. I mean, let's go ahead and put the battlefield reality